The Renault Arkana has become a very popular sight on Irish roads since it first launched back in 2021. It is Renault's best-selling model now in Ireland. It outsells the Clio and the Captur. Its success is down to its stylish coupe SUV looks, affordable pricing and also fuel-efficient hybrid engines. Now it's time for an update to keep it competitive against the likes of the Volkswagen T-Roc and the Toyota CHR. In this video, I want to take a closer look at the Arkana to see what's new and is it still a good buy in 2024. I'm Caroline and this is the Carzone YouTube channel. If you like the look of this Arkana and are looking for a new or used one, head over to Carzone.ie, Ireland's trusted motoring marketplace, and you'll find lots of great examples over there from trusted sellers. Please give this video a like and please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Styling updates are very subtle for this latest Arkana. So you've got the new Renault logo in the centre of the grille, and this grille has got a little bit of a new diamond finish to it. There's also an F1 style blade here in the bumper, and that's finished in grey on this top of the range Esprit Alpine model. You've got the same C-shaped LED headlights as before, and altogether I think it's a very pretty car. The Esprit Alpine replaces the old RS line, so it's the one with the sportiest styling and the biggest alloy wheels. It gets 19-inch. If you go for the entry model, there's 17-inch and 18-inch on the mid-range Techno model. There's also an Esprit Alpine badge and black wing mirror caps as well. There's a new colour, midnight blue, and this is universal white, and it's a really nice colour. It's a kind of a white pearly metallic. I think from this angle you can also start to see those crossover design cues. So it's got a raised ride height, so it sits higher off the ground than a hatchback, and you've also got this cladding here along the lower sill of the car. It's a sporty look for this Arkana with this really nice sloping roofline, just like a coupe, and a few small design tweaks here at the back. So there's smoked glass here on the LED lights. Arkana is finished in gloss black, and those two tailpipes are finished in gloss black as well. But sorry to disappoint you, but they are fake. They don't go anywhere, so they're just for styling. Now when it comes to practicality, you might actually be surprised by the amount of space in this Arkana. So there's 480 litres in the full hybrid, and there's actually a little bit more in the mild hybrid. It's a really good sized boot, and it also has an adjustable boot floor as well. Those doors open nice and wide for a family car to make access getting in and out pretty easy. And then once seated, I've got plenty of legroom there, and there's even a flat floor here for the middle seat passenger as well. But it's the kind of car that probably will be more comfortable for two rather than three, but you will be able to fit someone there from time to time. Now when it comes to headroom, it's actually pretty good. I've got about that much extra because they've carved out a little bit more space here in the roof. There's some nice features like an armrest with cup holders. The hatch doesn't open, but you do have vents here. You've got USBs, and there's also pockets in the back of those seats. Just like the outside, the changes are minimal here in the cabin, but that's no bad thing because it's very solidly built. And it's also got a really nice design. Now this is the top of the range Esprit Alpine, so it's going to be a little bit fancier than the rest of the models in the range. You get these lovely seats, they're suede effect, and they've got leather bolsters as well. You've got blue stitching, and they've got little French flags as well. In the doors you've got suede effect with tricolour stitching, and this lovely leather wrapped steering wheel, again with more tricolour stitching, and there's some nice blue stitching here in the gear lever. There's also this slate grey panel in the dash. The digital tech on board is also very impressive. So if you go for the entry model, you get a 7-inch digital instrument cluster and a 7-inch screen here that now comes with navigation as standard. But I do think it's worth going up to the mid-range Techno or this Esprit Alpine because you get this lovely portrait style touchscreen. It's larger than what's in the entry model, and also a full digital driver display. And actually that's the first time I've seen it in the Arkana, and it looks brilliant. This is very easy to use. You've got nice crisp graphics, and it's also got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so no more messy cables. You've got these dials here for the ventilation, and it's pretty easy to use on the move. Standard features include automatic climate control, cruise control, and also a reversing camera. The Techno model adds wireless smartphone charging, and this top-of-the-range Esprit Alpine has luxury features like a heated steering wheel, there's heated front seats, and there's also power adjustment in these seats also. The Arkana is available with a 1.3 litre mild hybrid with either 140 or 160 horsepower and a 7-speed automatic. Or you can go for this more fuel efficient but a little bit more expensive full hybrid. Now it's the same hybrid setup as in the Clio that we previously reviewed. So at its heart there's a 1.6 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, 1.2 kilowatt hour battery and 2 electric motors and a multi-mode automatic transmission. It can drive up to 80% of the time in city driving, for example, in that EV mode. So that helps the overall consumption of the vehicle. And in real world driving, I'm getting between about 5.5 and 5.7 litres per 100 kilometres. So it is very good, I have to say. Definitely delivers on the promise of good fuel efficiency. It's got 145 horsepower and 0 to 100 is about 10.8 seconds. So it's not the fastest car in the world, but it is responsive to the accelerator. There's plenty of power there for overtaking or joining motorways. Now, like all hybrids, it does get a little bit noisy if you give it too much accelerator too quickly. It definitely prefers a gentler pace, and then it's relatively smooth to drive, but I think that efficiency is really impressive. There are multi-sense drive modes, so you can adjust the driving a little bit. The eco mode is kind of dulls everything so you can get the best fuel consumption, and there's a sport mode for a bit of livelier performance, and the My Sense mode, which is kind of like a normal setting, but you can also adjust the steering weight in that mode as well. Steering does feel direct and precise. It's not the sportiest car in the world, but it does hold the road well. It's reasonably comfortable as well, so it does feel a little bit firm in town over manhole covers or ramps, and on country roads it can be a little bit bumpy over uneven surfaces, but generally it's not something that would put me off the car either. When it comes to refinement, a little bit noisy at high speeds on the motorway, so a little bit of road noise, but again it wouldn't put me off the car. Overall it's a really nice package. And you do sit up a little bit higher here than in, let's say, a standard hatchback, so you get this nice view out of the road ahead. Overall, I do think it's a good family car. It's nice to drive, and it's also really efficient as well in real world driving. The facelift for this Arkana is quite subtle. It hasn't really done much to it, but it didn't have to because it's still a great car. It still represents good value in the market, and it ticks all the boxes for style, practicality, while being reasonably economical to run as well. Remember, you can find more cars for sale over on Carzone.ie, Ireland's trusted motoring marketplace. If you liked this video, please give it a like, and please click subscribe if you haven't already done so. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.